Hey gun people, I wanted to talk about why cops are scared or nervous around naked people. And I named this, come here mama, damn rooster won't leave us chicken. I named this why cops are scared of naked people because there's good reason, and there's a reason that you should be scared of them also. PCP was a drug that came about in the 60s. It's still used a little bit. It's not used as much because people know how crazy it can make you. However, this rooster's checking out that raccoon. So PCP, also known as, I think it's Phencyclidine. If this rooster, I gotta get this on camera. If that rooster messes with that raccoon, it's gonna be funny. So Phencyclidine also is PCP. Okay, he's not gonna mess with it. Good move, rooster. He'll reach through that cage and grab you, shake you like a stepchild. All right, Phencyclidine, PCP. What is PCP? And what does it have to do with naked people? It has everything to do with naked people. What happens is it causes PCP. First of all, it can be taken in various ways. It can be smoked. Most common way is they used to lace marijuana cigarettes, or they would dip a regular cigarette in it, depending on the strength, and then smoke it. So PCP can be either smoked, can be injected, it can be taken as a powder. So you can take it just about any way. A lot of people used to take PCP and didn't know it. If you wanted to screw over a drug dealer, or you wanted to mess somebody up, or you want to play a trick on your buddy and get them really screwed up, you would just line the marijuana cigarette or dip a cigarette and then give them a cigarette. Or keep a special cigarette. When somebody wanted to bum a cigarette, you'd give them that. If it was strong enough, it'd put them in a, you know, a coma. It's a nasty drug. And what it does is it's called a dissociative hallucinogenic. So it's a hallucinogenic because it makes you do all kind of crazy things, but it makes you dissociate from yourself. It also gives you this extra boost of strength because it's kind of an upper. It's not really in the upper family. It's more in the hallucinogenic family, but it gives you this superhuman strength. There's been cases of PCP to where they have pulled trees out of the ground and started beating cops with them. There's been cases to where a cop's shotgun was locked into it's bolted to the car, and PCP users have ripped the shotgun and the bolts right out of the car and used it to beat the cop. Most guys on PCP end up being naked. And the reason they end up being naked is because it's an upper, and it creates that heartbeat at 200 beats per second. It puts you in that fight or flight. It gives you all this adrenaline boost, which gives you all this extraordinary strength, and it makes you as strong as 10 men. It's just a dangerous drug, and you don't want to be messing with it. I forgot where I was going on that train of thought as far as, why you want to be naked. When your heart rate goes up and your body heats up and your normal temperature gets really hot, it causes PCP victims to shed their clothes. And they're usually always looking or going to water. For some reason, because of hallucinations with PCP, when you see water and it flows, it somehow mystifies you, and that dissociative hallucinogenic that they've classified it allows you to make you think you can fly, you're Superman, you can be really, really big, or you can be really, really small. I remember this one case of PCP, they found him in the shower, and his fingers were ground down to nubs to the first digit. He had no fingernails and no first digit. And there was blood all over the tile in the shower and everywhere. And his face was cut in a circle, and he'd end up drowning in the tub. And when they found him, it was first like, damn, did somebody kill this guy and torture him? Because he's in the shower, his fingers are all raw and gone at the first knuckle. His face has a big circular cut, and his face down in the drain, and he's dead. So is it a murder, or is it a suicide? What the hell was it? Well, what they figured out was with PCP, because he was on CPC, he was naked, he was in a shower, He was fascinated by water. It was going down a drain. He thought he was small and he tried to climb in a drain. He tried to claw his way through the drain, and he tried to climb down to the drain, and when he got his face in there, the flesh and the blood and everything kind of clogged up the drain. When it clogged up the drain, he ended up drowning and dying right there in the shower. So, cops are all taught, anytime we get naked calls of naked people, this could be a bad call. Most cops won't go on naked calls by themselves. If you get a call or you see a naked guy acting crazy and destroying things, and he's shredding his clothes, and he's running in the street, and there's videos on YouTube of naked guys getting arrested. If you watch cops, I'm sure they've chased down some naked guys. Sometimes they're naked because they got caught in the girlfriend's house, and the husband came home, they jump out the window and run. And on one of my crazy cop stories, I tell you about the parolee that ran out naked because he thought we were there to arrest him, so he boogied out. That's different. That's not that crazy. When you get a call as a cop that there's a naked person destroying, acting crazy, running up and down the street, wanting to fight people, 1,000-yard stare, acting really weird and strange, that's when you got to start thinking, this guy's probably on PCP. If he's on PCP, he's going to be hard to handle. Normally they have no pain tolerance because PCP has that anti-pain kind of, when it comes through you, you feel no pain. So you can get shot, you can get beat, you can function with broken arms, broken legs, you feel no pain, your adrenaline's up, and you can do anything. So it's really the Superman drug of choice. I mean, if somebody wants to take out, if terrorists were smart and they were going in to take somebody out and they didn't want to feel pain and they want to do as much harm as they could, they would probably shoot up some PCP, because that shit is like super human strength, super painkiller, and you don't care, and all of a sudden you think you're a big giant and everyone else is really small, so you think you can do anything, so you have no fear. It makes you a very, very dangerous adversary. So cops are usually very suspicious and nervous when they're dealing with naked people, and we're taught that. We show videos where cops are killed. We show videos where a naked guy, there's 8 cops fighting him, and he's throwing them off left and right. He's jumping on cars and he's throwing them over cars, and everybody's like, holy shit, this guy's strong, and he's a little guy. And then, the next day you can't move, you tore up your muscles, tendons, you're totally destroyed. But while you're on it, you feel no pain and you can do just about anything. So, why cops are scared of naked people? Because they should be scared. They're a valuable threat. Somebody's gonna be like, he shot a naked guy. He couldn't even have a gun. Remember, what movie was that? This is my gun, this is my rifle, this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for shooting, this is for fun. Whatever the movie was. It's a long time ago. But if he may have a gun or a weapon, whatever the joke was, because he's naked, but you can still shoot a guy who's naked if he's throwing cops off and he's ripping holsters and web gears out and he's trying to rip a gun out of a holster. Hey, just because he's naked does not mean he's not a threat. It actually can mean he's more of a threat. And you better be careful, and you better handle him with a lot of people. You better secure your gun, and when you take him down, you better be ready for a fight, because very rarely do PCP people say, okay, I give up. They're just not in the frame of mind. It's full on, 100%, heart rate's up, I'm hot, I'm shredding clothes, I'm looking for water, and anybody in my way, I'm taking them out. And so they have no logic or fear of gun, police, going to jail. You are dealing with an irrational person when they're on PCP. So, as a civilian, if you see a naked person being crazy, you really want to second think, do I want to get involved or try and stop this guy? This guy really should be considered a bigger threat than someone else. And if you have a gun and you shoot him, the odds are it ain't going to stop him. The only way you're going to stop somebody on PCP with a gun is if you get him in the brain stem, the celery stalk, and cut that stem in half, and that takes away all ability for him to move. Otherwise, if you hit him just about, you can hit him in the heart. And as long as he's got blood and he can move, he's going to do a lot of damage before he dies. So, there's plenty of people that have killed cops that were dead at the first shot. And what I mean by that is, and the one that comes in particular was in Florida, there was a big shooting with the FBI a long time ago, and these 2 or 3 FBI guys or 4 guys took on these guys, and these guys messed them up. They were robbing banks. They made a movie about it. I can't think of the movie. It's a pretty good show. But these guys are really crazy. They're robbing banks. They do it good. And when they got in a firefight with the FBI, when they tried to take them down in their civilian clothes with their little revolvers, they got their ass beat. And one of the guys that killed a couple of FBI agents was dead. Later when they did the autopsy, they said, after you shot him, if you were in an emergency room in a trauma care center and we would have put him on the table the second you shot him, he was dead. There was nothing we could do. Yet he still went on to kill 2 FBI agents. So, you know, this goes back to the other video where I went shooting a person once is not reasonable. Shooting a person in the finger or elbow or wrist is not reasonable. Even if you shoot somebody in the heart once, it can, in certain circumstances, not kill him, not stop the threat, and he can still kill you before he dies, even though he's already dead and he don't know it. So, dealing with naked people, man, really, really second guess and think about if that's a good idea. Should you get involved? I would say you shouldn't. Stay at a distance. I wouldn't even want to, you know, run over a PCP guy with my car, because I think he would still get up and probably turn my car over or rip my door off. They are really, really dangerous, bad people. Ruru, what are you doing up there causing problems? Okay, so this little chicken here you just saw said, hey dude, there's a raccoon in there. So this one's like, there's trouble over here, and the rooster's like, I'm coming, I'm coming. Ruru, you leave that chicken alone. All right, we'll end that there.